Is that's it? Oh, it's showing me what? Yeah, Deborah Casey. On the website, Deborah Casey. Yes, ma'am.
Good, good.
Yes, I can.
Just a minute. We're finishing up our other meeting here.
Yeah, just, apparently this took a little bit more out of me than I thought.
No. You know, it does from time to time.
I mean, there's no reason why I should have spent my weekend.
Yeah?
I mean, this is the thing. This is well working from our last quarter.
You are for
And it wasn't kidding about it. This is going to be super pain. Oh yeah, go ahead, sir. Protecting myself. Since others. I was in a weapons squad. Yeah, we were, like the beginning I was with, we were an Alpha company, like they had, Delta, they were the heavy weapons team, and we had big stuff, crews and workers and stuff. Me and just, it's a weird outfit, paying out a lot of money, paying the local population to take care of their country. You know, you see them driving around in Humvees and Fords and Chevys. But I know it kind of makes me a little. Wait, we're there to do a job, not to think.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta pass it.
Yeah, but
You know, it's something to do.
yeah, it was, the empathy was, I mean, everyone told me that it was different in itself. You know, just, you kind of lose the mentality. And it's like, all the boys from high school, you're not really good. Infantry level. But, you know, I kind of knew that mentality to a point. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, you know, through years of stuff, I mean, and it's not that, the problem is I confront the problems, and that's when I really see what's the problem. You know, just walk away from it. starting here. These are all.
Oh, I think I was just looking at that.
Yeah, all from the back page, all by Mr. Garcia's. Miss Fraser, she's fine. But, yeah. I mean, it was over 10 days that we missed the classes. I mean, that's totally excusable. Yeah, like all my brakes came off on here. It's like on the front page, my bullet just stopped on the side, and it's frustrating. This is from Miss Fraser last quarter. I'm not thinking about that anything, but hello.
Hi.
Matthew.
Hi, Matthew. Come on in. Do you go by Matt or?
Matthew.
Okay.
Usually when I'm in.
Okay, come on in.
Well, I apologize that I have to take up some of your time today.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been having some frustration up there.
To say the least, man.
Yeah. I'll grab my paper here.
You can have a copy of this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I did it over the weekend, and I just printed it off, and it kind of came out all mumble-jumbled with my bullets and stuff.
It's helpful though for me
But,
to have some guidance, so thanks.
Yeah, that's kind of my sworn statement of everything that took place, and just my overall experience here at Green River Community College.
Mm-hmm.
The most disappointing thing is, just my first quarter from here. Yes, from here on is just one teacher absences.
Mm-hmm. Who's the teacher?
Mr. Garcia. Yeah, Garcia. He's no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
I made a formal complaint about this last quarter.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, the students in that class, they didn't get the support they needed in the first place. Because we didn't actually have thorough class time.
Mm-hmm.
We missed over 2 weeks of classes.
Mm-hmm.
Totally inexcusable, and those students, a lot of them are international students. They don't have a strong English backing. Not saying that they're not intelligent or anything like that, because they are, but the thing is, they're not the same level as American students. And they're being pushed through to reading 104 without the support of reading 94, and who knows if that happened to them last quarter too. And so this is messing up the whole classroom environment. You know, sorry, I'm just kind of, I mean,
we have
just
plenty of time.
It's just been, you know, a fiasco. But, you know, I guess, really, should start off on, with really what happened with, Miss Ferguson and myself. The event that happened on Friday, or it was actually, it took place, on the 31st, yeah, it was Wednesday, when we had, a seminar on Learning to Read by Malcolm X. And, the first, I'm very vocal in class. I'm a very active participant, and when the seminar began, I was very hesitant to say anything, you know, especially, I mean, on the first question. But when the student asked, what did the sentence, it was referring to paragraph 30 on page 213. Should that. This is, my homework is done in these notes here.
Is this how they usually have everybody doing in class?
This time Miss Ferguson is doing it. But you see, and then my pink notes are the ones I made a correction on. On page, paragraph 38, you'll see that the last sentence is talking about the Chinese chickens coming home to roost with the recent developments of nuclear technology. I answered it hastily in class because no one else was answering anything. No one else said anything, and I figured just give an answer, you know, okay, you know, I can't be quiet. And so I just answered, and it was totally wrong. I was talking about nuclear fallout. You know, like I said, I just, anyways, and I just went off on a tangent about that. But when I got home, I didn't feel confident in my answer. Hence why I corrected myself. And then I felt bad. I just told these people the wrong information. I was in the military, you know, you tell people the wrong information, it can be costly. At the same time, why didn't my teacher correct it? It was the first question that was asked. So
let me see if I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
So you all were reading a certain section, and you made notes about how you interpreted what it meant. And then you come back to class, and it's kind of an open dialogue where the teacher poses a question, and then the class kind of says what the answer is to that question.
Let me see.
Is that not the gist of what happened?
Well, that was actually the
so this is how you were about.
But yeah, I'm sorry. That's actually the. Anyways, yeah, basically, yeah, we had to read the chapter, the essay, Malcolm X Learn to Read, and we had a class seminar, class discussion about it, and yeah, and we were all supposed to be active participants. We were giving guidelines, just like we were giving a debrief guideline, and yeah, and so when the students, the first students to ask a question, you know. And that's kind of how it went. We just
so the teacher doesn't ask the question, pose the question.
Right, yeah.
Another student said, I don't understand what this meant.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
it mean?
yes.
Okay.
It was written by the students with the teacher supposedly paying attention. However, you know, I distinctly recall her with a stack of papers, you know, to her side, and her face is buried down in the notes and everything, in her papers.
So she wasn't paying attention to the conversation you were all having, and then you shared misinformation, and you don't believe she was able to correct it because she wasn't paying attention.
Well, that's exactly what happened. She didn't correct it. That's exactly what happened. And so it made me believe that the rest of the conversation was tainted.
How did you know that you were wrong?
Because I answered the question, I was speaking about nuclear fallout. It was, and I mean, if you read the passage, it has nothing to do with nuclear fallout.
But did you do that on purpose? Or
no,
you
I did not do it on
right?
purpose.
Okay.
No, as I said, I'm very self-conscious anyways, because this is the latest event.
Mhm.
There was other things that went on prior to this, but I didn't let those get in the way. But what had happened was, you know, as I said, I speak way too much anyways, and on the first question, no one else answered anything, so I'm like, oh my God, so here I am, and so, you know, I had my anxiety going on, and so I just briefly go through it. Okay, it's talking about nuclear stuff. Okay, it's talking about displacement. Okay, nuclear fallout, you know, when they go off, it's gonna, displace people and this, that. And, so when I got home, I'm like, okay, well, first off, the roost means to gather, so the Chinese chickens is actually a racial slur to a point. And so it's mainly that passage was talking about Chinese heritage. I was way completely off. It was not on purpose. I was just trying to, rule number one, look cool. Rule number two, know what you're talking about. Rule number three, don't know what you're talking about, at least look cool. I didn't know what, so that's what I did. I followed rule number three. Yeah. And so when I got back to class on Friday, first off, I actually mentioned, I was got to class a little early, and I mentioned to my one of my peers, I was like, I can't believe she didn't correct us, and so I was making it known that I was going to correct this. Even in my homework assignment, I put my frustrations in there.
And now did she see your homework assignment before, or not yet?
No.
Okay. So she didn't have any idea that you were frustrated going back into class.
And yes, that's correct. Okay. And my frustrations, I was very stern in my approach. I was not, I did not attack her character. I did not attack her, on a personal level or anything of that nature. As students, we demand, to know what's going on. We're paying for a product here, and we're not getting that. We're not getting our quality. The quality is not there. And so, anyways. First off, what's kind of funny is her class previous to us was doing the same thing, and they didn't gather around in a circle. They were all at their desk and stuff. So, okay, so anyways, so when we get to class, we have to start formulating our furniture and stuff into a circle. At the same time, right before class started, I moved all the way to the back, to the right-hand corner, where I normally sit up front. And so if you're facing the front of the class, my right side, like the teacher would be facing me, her back would be to the right side of the wall. And I did that on purpose because I know that's how Miss Ferguson teaches. You pay attention to those things, left-hand teachers can turn to the left side of the wall. And so I was trying to get away from her because there's other things going on. And so, anyways, back to the point. We start the seminar after moving furniture around. She lays down the guidelines. Okay, so who wants to start this off? Okay, I just jump in. Well, I think it's important that we start off with correction. And when I made that correction, people were taking notes. The student who asked me the question took notes. And, so that made me feel like
tell me how you said it. How did you say it?
Okay.
So did you say to her, what you said yesterday or what you didn't correct us on yesterday, you just said, I want to present to you, here are the corrections that I found after last night. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
What happened was, right when Miss Ferguson turned it loose, I said, let me, I apologize for putting out the wrong information. I want to start with the correction. When Malcolm X, blah, 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 I said this. And then that leads me to think, and then I directed my attention to Miss Ferguson. How did this go uncorrected? You let this whole, conversation go on with this wrong answer. The first question was wrong, and she's like thumbing around in her papers and stuff, and, and then she tries, let's talk about something else. No, we need to start off with a correction, because how can we have a debrief when there's wrong in the atmosphere, when there's wrong in the conversation? It needs to be corrected before we start talking about it. Now, we need to start talking about the strengths. I mean, honestly, okay, so I'm allowed to admit my faults and, admit that my wrongdoing and, say, hey, I made a mistake. But when I point the finger at you,
So you're saying that to her now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, like
you're speaking that, but you're not saying that. You're just coming strong at her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like this. I mean, it was a discussion. And, if a teacher cannot handle being questioned, she's in the wrong place. Because you can't teach when with an ego, with an impossible ego, especially when you set things to in a democratic way, and then all of a sudden things don't work out in your favor. Then you turn into a power-hungry dictating tyrant, and then you want to yell at me and tell me to get out. You want to get out? Yell at me? No, I didn't yell back. I didn't leave either, because I didn't do anything wrong. And I was questioning her, because I was questioning her credibility as a teacher, because it's gone. At the same time, and so yes, ma'am.
When she asked you to get out, you said no.
Correct.
And then she did what? Tell me what happened next.
She proceeded to say get out, and then I was like, you're gonna have to escort me out. And so she left the room.
And left you with the rest of the students.
Correct.
And what were the students saying to you? Did they say anything?
They didn't say anything to me. What I said to them was, I apologize for what happened. I'm correcting myself, and this is a demonstration of what a leader does. They can admit their mistakes, and say, hey, this is what happened, and not get all bent out of shape. The thing is, Miss Ferguson overreacted to the situation, and she didn't like. She was a dictator. She didn't like what I was saying, which was the truth, and so she tried to silence me, like a dictator would. You cannot dictate a classroom. No, you cannot. I'm not paying to be dictated. I didn't serve in the military to be dictated. These students, they come over here to be dictated. We came here to have an education, to earn an education. And we cannot earn it when we're afraid to even raise any questions. And I didn't do it in a disrespectful manner. I did it in a assertive manner. I'm very proactive. Miss Kelly Fraser, she was my English teacher last quarter. She gave me an extra assignment. Because I asked for it.
Tell me about your assignment here. What am I looking at?
I mean, it should be in that first thesis statement. And the thing is, and so, I mean, as I'm bringing in my work and everything, I mean, I'm a very strong writer and everything, and so I'm even raising even more questions when I'm in these classes. At the same time, I mean, which I think is probably the most significant thing is on the second page of my packet I gave you, I wrote a letter to Miss Ferguson on January 11th referring to the classroom environment and the way I was feeling.
Now this is
January
before.
Correct, way before.
And is this the first time you've kind of shared with her your concerns?
January 11th, yes, ma'am.
And you did it by email?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, and I mean, really the most thorough, or I mean, the most important thing I can say is, let's see. It's in the third line on the second page, and it says, why do you think I look so discouraged in class? Because I am uncomfortable and not treated with respect. And then there's emails following that first email that I sent her, where I was trying to set an appointment and kept on getting blown off and whatnot. This is, if you actually look at that, what I said, you can sum it up with one word: harassment. I mean, and that's the thing, and she did not take this seriously. And at the same time, I make notes in here of on Friday, when we had the whole little debrief of the seminar, a student from her earlier class was talking to her in regards to an email. Yeah, I got it. I didn't have time to respond to it. It was over a week. And I sounded off. That's inexcusable, and my peer heard me too. And the same thing with, that seems to be a problem with a lot of teachers. They set a standard, but they don't follow it themselves. For instance, I mean, my English 100 teacher, you're going to have me watching a YouTube video that's over 10 years old, doing, during class time, so you can grade papers? No, because you know what? I can guarantee you, as an instructor, you have more up-to-date films on advertisement than something that's on YouTube. In fact, I watched it on my days off because it was posted on my assignments for the week. Do not use my class time so I can sit idly. Because you know, this,
What's this?
don't make me watch videos in class. You know, I mean, I was paying attention and stuff, but it's just like, you know, I'm being totally demoralized. Here I am. I had to waste my weekend defending myself. 2/4 of this unnecessary, you know, business. I'm so demoralized, you know, and then, but it's the teachers, they don't care. I mean, not all the enough of the teachers I've encountered don't care. I mean, it's evident. And they're just here trying to get a, you know, their paycheck. You know, I understand that, you know what, they're working, you know, 2, 3 jobs or going to school themselves. We're all struggling right now. It's not an easy time, but you know what? You're not helping out this country because you know what? You're putting out, you know, you're hurting the educational system. And then you know what? These students are on FAFSA, and you know, so you're taking away from the state too. You know, these people don't think globally, and that's what's so disheartening. And then
Did you talk to this faculty member about
no,
it?
because
Who
this is
one? Whose class is this?
Miss Kelleher.
Miss Kelleher. Okay. So you like her though? She was a good teacher overall? Or?
I still have, like, I have her this quarter, and this is me making note. This is me addressing my frustration because I don't like to. Let's see what's that. Where?
Showing your body, is that part of what was on the video?
Oh yeah. I mean, because.
So it was an advertising thing talking about.
Oh, you can go ahead. Yeah, definitely. I got my strong thoughts towards advertisement and stuff. But
So let me ask you this.
I mean, I'm sorry. With Miss Kelleher, real quick. No real issues. But being that I'm in here, I'm presenting things to you as they came up. You know, 'cause I got ambushed with this attack, and you know, I tried to take things down. You know, writing this, you know, one of my things. I mean, when I was in the Army, I stood up to, you know, 2-star general. I mean, I had to assemble a report of over, you know, 2 years of abuse. I don't.
From the
Army.
Yeah.
I mean, so the thing is, you know, I know how to stand up as a man, not a coward, not a, you know, it's not about position or anything like that, because the thing is, you know, once you remove your title, you're still a person. And that's what people...
Did they remove your title?
Oh, they tried throwing the book at me. I won. I fixed
Why
the
did
system.
they do that? Why were they trying to do that?
I mean, I guess it's the same reason why they botched my surgery. I mean, they weren't listening to my concerns. My surgery was, just kind of, I didn't meet retention standards afterwards, and then no one was accepting responsibility for it. Amongst other things, you know, it was stigmatized, harassed, bullied.
What's the surgery? I'm sorry.
I had a femoral stapler impingement surgery. What happened?
Friday, I said English, please.
What happened was I was on
he was looking at you, so I thought you were going to translate for him. So.
I thought I remembered that.
I was on a dismounted patrol, and I had fallen down, and my femoral neck, I had fractured it, and calcium deposit grew over, making a little bony island in which ligaments were torn and you know, stuff. So over time, it proved that I needed surgery. When the surgery went, I had to go in a traction device and sink inside my hip socket, so I had to dislocate my hip to get inside of the scar tissue, and then I think they just forgot that my back was messed up too from the fall, and so got out of the Army.
How long ago was that?
That was August 2010.
Wow, so not too long ago. Are you still in chronic pain from it?
I manage. I mean, that's the whole thing. You know, I just gotten out of the Army officially April 7th, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still going through a whole transitional phase. You know, here I am trying to start my life over again, and here I am dealing with this unnecessary business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lackadaisical teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, calling out. I mean, and it gets me even, you know, thinking just about the compass test and everything like that. You know, and that also brings up the concern that, you know, teachers should be more aware of the students in their classrooms and encourage them to, hey, you know what, I'm going to give you some extra assignments because you need it. Just like I went to Miss Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she is a phenomenal teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I really like her in a lot of ways because she listens to me, you know, complain about my, you know, situation at the college and stuff. She gave me assistance. She helped me keep my mind off things. She kept me productive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so it's not that I have a problem with everybody and stuff. It's that I have a problem with people just not performing the way they're supposed to. And I mean, it's just, I mean, it really is, you know, it's affected me. I mean, I stayed up, you know, all night, you know, today and stuff. You know, I'm like, here I am just trying to like make sure I have everything, all my ducks in a row. You know, because this person is trying to destroy my reputation. You know, here she is, you know, making me out to be some vigilante nutcase, when all I was trying to do was get her to fess up to you know, what's actually going on. You know, what am I going to be doing working? You know, it's not going to be, you know, studied. If you're going to let us go on, you know, with the wrong answer, and you're not going to accept it and correct it, and you're just going to tell people to get out because you don't want to hear what they have to say, you know, I didn't do anything. I didn't attack her personally. You can get a sworn statement from everyone in that classroom. You know, I didn't act in a belligerent way. You know, I acted like a professional.
Do you think that she felt afraid of you?
Yeah. I mean, not in a violent way, but because I was pulling around on things, and I mean, that's what happens. I mean, that's why I got scrutinized so much in the military. I made my voice heard because there was a problem, and I made sure that when the general asked me, what can I do for you? I told him to make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to any other soldiers. He asked me again, I didn't know what to say. Because it wasn't about me. I got everything I could. You know, I got my rank back. I got my benefits. You know, and that's the thing too. People understand that I'm in a different position from a lot of people where, you know, I'm obligated to give back. Without people giving back to me or, you know, giving up what they had, I wouldn't be in a position, you know, that I'm in. And so, you know, and that's just kind of how I'm dealing with, you know, not meeting retention standards.
When did you go into that one?
I was 24, so May 2008, and then October I was in Iraq.
In October?
Yeah.
How long were you there?
I was there for a year.
So, do you keep in touch with any of the guys you know?
You know, there's one I talk to on a more frequent basis, because he's gone through some stuff, and I'm trying to help him out too.
Is he local?
No. You know, just trying to, you know, I've been there, you know, I've overcome a lot of things, you know, and I want to make sure no one else has to, you know, and that's what people understand is that we're creating leaders here. You know, people understand what's actually going on in China. You know, our international students, they're so blessed to be here, because you know what, when they get back there, they're going to be living right next to their jobs. People don't realize that there's suicide nets outside their buildings. If a business is going to put suicide nets up, that means that it's not just one or two people. You know, and that's the thing. You know, there's a chance for these students here to protect, you know, their children or their you know, siblings, their families. You know, because they're enslaved, and you know, this is an opportunity then for them to be able to fight for their rights.
Sure.
And
how many classes do you have this quarter? 3. And did you have 3 last quarter?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you do last quarter?
Math was.
That's all you have to say. No.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Henderson, he's a great teacher. Just not 2.5 hours of math time. You know, so I mean, yeah, he's definitely you know, a great teacher and stuff, and I took him again. So I actually failed my last class.
Do you have him recorded?
Yes. And it wasn't, you know, because of him. I liked him as a teacher in smaller doses, and it's working out better. And he actually.
Do you ask a lot of questions in there too, or are you more?
Oh no. I'm completely different in that class because I don't know what's going on. And you know,
you're not gonna guess.
No. I mean, I do try to participate when I do know, but he actually tried to encourage me to test into 97, and you know, he's like, you know, I actually talked to him about last quarter, and he's like, you know, you're right there, and I just didn't feel confident. I was like, you know, okay, you know, we talked a little bit, and he was actually retook the compass test. I did worse on it after Matt said it. Go figure.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I was like, yeah. And then I tried doing the WAMAP one, and definitely not on the computer. Oh, no. I mean, because there's just too many.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, I'm just going to deal with it. I'm just going to deal with Math 72, you know, a second time. And so that's what I'm doing. However, both quarters, you know, I started off very keyed up, you know, ready to go. You know, and it's like just something, you know, it just crashes because I don't feel like I belong in the classes. I mentioned it to Miss Ferguson, not last week, but it was actually, the week prior, about how I didn't feel like I belonged in the classroom. And that's the thing. If we actually had a meeting a couple weeks ago when we were supposed to, this whole situation could have been avoided, possibly.
Did you say why she canceled, or?
Well, there was just different, things going on. Like on Monday, let's see. Okay, hi Matthew, thank you for your concerns. Let me know, let's discuss this issue. Can we meet with me, or can you meet in my office on 12 on Monday? No, because...
Why were you transferring class? Did you think...
Veteran Services, they told me that I couldn't take a hybrid prerequisite class.
Right.
However, it was over a 100. And so there was this whole little, that was the other thing, you know, that was another weekend where I'm like losing my mind because I'm being told this, you know, the wrong information. You know, oh God, you know, I'm not going to have my benefits, I'm not going to get this and that. And I spoke to Miss Purdue. I spoke to, or I sent them emails, and sent an email to the head of the dean as well in regards to this matter. Both Miss Purdue and I can't remember the dean's name responded to me, and they were working with me, and fantastic. I mean, Miss Purdue, she's a trip. I enjoyed talking to her. Right? Oh yeah. I mean, she's like, you're getting in trouble. She's told me that because. Yeah, I'm the vice president's office too.
So Matt, I mean, first
Well, how'd it go this morning? Did you go see Liz?
No, I mean, that's the thing. Things really got to me this weekend. Like, they just started getting to me, and then, you know, so I missed my classes this morning and stuff because, I mean, I wasn't sleeping. You know, that's the thing. I'm overcoming a lot of things, and it just keeps. This is something unnecessary that I'm having to bounce back from on 2 quarters, and you know, it's just kind of hard. You know, I'm pretty much at that point. You know, I'm getting. I mean, last quarter. I mean, really, if it wasn't for Miss Frazier, I'm not too sure. You know, how things would be. I mean, she talked to me a lot and stuff. You know, but at the same time, you know, it's too easy to just walk away and leave. You know, and that's not my thing. I don't like to, you know, come across a problem and, you know, leave it for someone else. So that's why, you know, my name is known.
So
yes,
you didn't go see into that?
No. I was actually, you know, I was looking forward to it and stuff, but, you know, that's the thing. I just, I mean, I'm just not even too sure. I mean, I'm having my back against the wall on so many different occasions, it seems. You know, it's like no one's listening to me. Everyone thinks I'm a retard. You know, because you know, I'm in these classes that the teachers don't care. You know, it's just kind of, like they're just getting a paycheck. I'm not getting anything out of them. Is the compass test wrong? Are the students in the wrong classes? Are the teachers in the wrong? What's going on here? Is it me? That's what I can't figure out. Because, you know, I dropped out my senior year, got my GED and stuff. You know, I'm not too sure. I haven't been in school in, you know, 11 years. I don't know a lot of things. I don't know what, you know, how poor high school is now and stuff. I mean, I'm not, and that's like kind of where the, you know, and that's where the whole classroom is just kind of wrong. And it's like, if they're saying that we need these classes to prepare us for college, then why don't we just take these college classes, and if we fail, we fail. Because, you know, that's the thing. I mean, we're not really getting anything out of this. Besides, you know, I mean, it just doesn't seem like there's, do I really need a reading class?
To get your degree, to follow,
I know, and that's what I'm
You have to
saying.
take psychology, you have to be able to
Trust
read
me,
and understand.
We're both advanced degrees, and there's probably a lot of classes that we both shook our head at, like, we understand you put your grade in the grade book, and we understand what classes are required for the degree, so we must follow the
So Matt, have people said to you before that you come across really strongly? And so you've always kind of heard that? They've always said that? In high school, same, or?
No, I've definitely taken things up a notch. I'm getting tired of being bullied. I've been bullied my entire life. I'm getting tired of seeing everyone else bullied. And it's time these. I mean, I slept 1/5 of the world's greatest military, you know, and I put the hole in the system. You know, because I didn't go in there with, you know, selfish intentions. I didn't go in there for greed. I went in there to preserve a quality of life for everyone else. You know, and I signed up, you know, to be a soldier. That's what I'm doing. You know, I'm making sure that, you know, people are getting what they deserve. Because people don't. As I said, I'm in a different position from a lot of people. You know, it's not that I'm using it in a threatening way or anything. Like, I'm doing it. I'm trying to do something good. You know, I'm trying not to let people, you know, rule with fear, because it's not right. You know, and I want to, you know, just kind of, like I said, I mean, I'm very unsatisfied for not being able to finish my contract up. You know, and this is a way that, you know, I can, you know, continue to do what I need to do.
So finish your contract, military contract?
Correct. You know, I was supposed to go to Afghanistan and stuff. You know, I went on light duty instead, and then I had a lot of surgery. And you know, and that's the thing. I'm trying to gain an education in order to do something, you know, better with myself. You know, because I mean, part of the reason why I went into the service also is just to have that, you know, I sacrificed my time to do something, you know, for this country. You know, and I mean, that's why I'm taking, you know, such a keen interest in the community here in the college, because everyone that's a part, you know, that's a part of this school, we wear the name. This is our reputation, and we can't have, you know, insurgents, you know, contaminating our name. And that's the thing, you know, people aren't taking anything seriously. You know, it's just like, you know, and I'm sorry, you know, I'm just trying to meet a standard. I'm not, you know, doing anything else besides, you know, there's a standard of education that needs to be met. And, you know, if it's a problem, you know, going on in this world, in this country, then why not start somewhere? You know, and that's the thing, you know, and, but, you know, people are just too, like I said, they're too afraid of, you know, losing what they have, or they're in a position where, you know, they can just rule, you know, and just kind of get away with murder.
So, I think, yes. I think hearing you, I understand that you're frustrated. We talk to vets all the time who come from the military who have had structure and have been being told how it's going to be done and when it's going to be done. And then you come to our campus, and our campus has a totally different approach to how the military works from that hierarchy.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're not the first vet to talk with me about your frustration around, you know, what happens in the classroom, what happens with group work, and who steps up. I know you've all served, you've all made a choice to go into the military because you believe in making a difference.
Yes,
And to sit in a classroom where people don't care, or where people are just there because all they want is a grade to move to the next class to get the job that they're going to get, when you really care about understanding the knowledge and becoming something with that knowledge, I totally understand where you're coming from. I didn't experience what you experienced when you were there, and
that's why I'm fighting hard so no one else has to.
yeah, and I appreciate that very, very much. I think the challenge comes with trying to balance the civilian experience differently than the military experience, and it sounds like you're still kind of moving in between both.
Well,
trying to transition.
It's hard when I'm constantly being attacked. It's kind of hard to break
Yeah.
the old when I'm
Sure.
when I'm still having to defend myself.
Yeah, and it sounds like you were trying to reach out one-on-one to say to...
I always communicate with people. I keep them in the loop.
Yeah.
And that's why I did the military, and they explained my weakness, and
Yeah.
that's why I had to document everything,
Yeah.
and that's what's going on
Yeah.
here.
But if let's say you were the teacher, and I was a student, and I came at you like you came at her strongly.
I didn't come at her. I was speaking.
But you're speaking...
Well, here's a better example.
Yes, sir.
How did I approach you in the hallway? Our first interaction. How did I approach you in there? I was pretty matter of fact, just right. How'd that make you feel?
I mean, I was already feeling like I was being attacked anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no.
But when I came in and I exerted the way that
I was
did,
already. I mean, I was already in a different mode at that point in time. I was already under scrutiny, and I was not too sure what was already said. Because all it takes is she was overreacted.
Right, but I think what Deb's trying to do is put you in the same place that Loretta was in, right? Kind of trying to see, because I think I put you in the same place that you put Loretta.
Well, the thing is, I put Loretta in a place where she needed to be, and that was she needed to give us answers because she was not. Why did this question go uncorrected?
Okay.
We demand. I mean, we did that, and she was trying to get away from that. And once she tried to get away from it, that's when I stepped it up.
Sure.
Because we deserve to know what's actually going on.
But just like you know that there's a chain of command in the military, there's a process for being able to bring that forward with her. And you tried to do that in the classroom.
Correct.
With her, but that wasn't working effectively. So the next step would be to meet with her and the division chair and say...
Didn't get the chance because she overreacted.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm in here. This happened on Friday. I got ambushed. That's what I'm saying. I was already feeling under attack from different ways. I feel under harassment in other ways. I mean, that's the whole thing. This is my experience here at Green River Community College, and you can pretty much say it's an F. The governor's ombudsman for education, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I've got his contact information as well. I mean, this isn't just for you. This is protecting me. And that's the thing. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to make sure that everyone gets what they paid for. I'm trying to make sure that, I mean, why am I going to be taking a class if I can't even ask her a question? If she can't even, she's not doing her job. I mean, what teachers are actually doing their job here? I've been here for 2 quarters. And I'm seeing lackadaisical performances left and right. I have a right to get, how much pushing before, I start pulling. And that's what I'm doing. And if people don't like my approach, then that's their problem. I'm trying to get things done because I'm tired of being demoralized and depressed. I'm tired of my education, turning into a complete abortion. That's all this is. I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my 6 months of my time. I could be doing so much better than this. I should be in a lot better state of mind. I should have wasted my weekend, dwelling on this, making sure that I have all my ducks in a row to make sure that my name is protected, because I don't know how this woman is slandering it. She's overreacted. She canceled class. She canceled class. No, on Friday. And I want a statement I want a written statement of that, why she canceled class. And at the same time, I'm very disappointed that I'm in, this appointment right now, because I was supposed to be I mean, that's the thing. I'm looking like a bad guy, so I'm missing class now. So this is my scheduled class time. And so it's whole, you know, my whole character is being destroyed here. And that's why, who knows where I stand. That's why I'm taking this position. Because I'm being attacked. No one gives a shit about me.
Hey, relax. Bring it down.
I do care about you, Matt. I'm listening very intently to what you are saying. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Do you believe me?
I shouldn't speak louder than words, man. But being that I'm sitting down here, sorry, I'm not trying to be difficult. I really do appreciate your time, man. And you know, I'm sorry for my demeanor and stuff. I mean, this is my life. This is my life. This is other people's lives. I mean, ultimately, this is your jobs too, because you know what? That teacher, you know, teachers who are not meeting the standard, they're risking the name of everything here.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we need to self-govern. We need to, you know, take care of our community. I'm not doing anything. And the thing is, if people just had a backbone and stuck up for themselves, there wouldn't be this problem because people would stay in check. And that's the thing. No one's staying in check. And so if I come across someone that's not staying in check, I'm going to find out how to do the right thing. And I'm going to do the right thing. And I'm going to make sure that their true colors are seen. Just as we see Miss Ferguson's true colors. She overreacted. She kicked me out of class. She canceled class because she didn't want to deal with the truth.
So I was explaining to you what the steps are to address the issues with her, right? So you have to follow that process. That's the next step in this, is following the process. You want the actions. I'm trying to explain to you what those actions are.
Yes, ma'am.
So when a student has a problem with a faculty member, the next step is to talk to their division chair. So whomever her boss is, we need to get that information to you, and that's who you need to talk to next. And then from there, based on that conversation, then you talk to the dean. Similar to what you did with talking to the dean and to, who did you talk to before? What's her name?
Miss Fraser?
No. Mrs. Purdue, when you talked with her.
Yes, sir.
And you talked to the dean. They emailed with you. Same kind of thing. And then you meet with the vice president of instruction. So this is an instructional issue. This is what you're concerned about. Her teaching isn't working. Just like in the military, you need to take it through those steps in the same way. So you tried to talk to her, didn't work out.
Well, I mean, honestly, this is going to a different level now. I mean, I've already addressed harassment January 11th, and then she kicked me out of class. I mean, this is an ongoing thing. At the same time, during that discussion, she undermines me. This is she has personally attacked me on a couple of times, which I've documented in here as well. She mentioned something. They didn't have technology back then. You know what? Yeah, the White Devil did have technology back then because they had muskets and they had metal armor as opposed to bow and arrows and leather. That's how you can dominate. That's how you can enslave. That's technology. It's not about, you know, mass media and such.
So you explained that to her.
When she raised that question, because they didn't have that technology back then, and I used it to help validate my point even more. Just like, you know, when I was talking about the Second Amendment, you know, in my first email, and she's, or when I was talking about gun rights and stuff, why we have gun laws in the first place, because of the Second Amendment, she carries on talking to someone else. No, I was trying to express critical thinking. Okay, why do we have gun laws in the first place? You know, why are we allowed to have them? Because you know what, that's a fact that we can derive the rest of our opinions off of.
So did she respond back to you with the gun law thing?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's, this is more than, I mean, this is becoming personal. This is becoming personal severely, you know, and that's the thing. You know, I'm in here talking to you because she overreacted to being corrected. And now I'm wasting my time.
You're not wasting your time. This is important.
No, this is unnecessary because people should be doing the right thing in the first place, and that means that management is not doing their job as well. Why? That's the thing. I'm a customer making correction. You know, the only thing I should be doing is I should be, you know, giving customer feedback. I should be, you know, hey, you know, little, you know, tips here and there. I shouldn't be actually sitting down here over-explaining a situation. You know, this is wasting my time. I'm wasting class. I'm missing class because of this. I miss classes because of my depression because of this. You know, because I'm worried that, you know, that I'm not being treated with respect and everything. This is an issue, and this needs to be taken care of immediately. This isn't about, because if this is happening to me, as I mentioned here, it's happening to other people as well. This is an epidemic. It needs to be corrected ASAP.
Have you been to another campus before? Have you ever?
No, because I've just got out of the Army. You know, not even a year ago. And I mean, I'm halfway tempted. You know, I started looking at Highline. But as I said, it's not my nature to leave a mess for someone else to clean. You know, this is my community, and I'm gonna, you know, see what I can do to it. You know, like clean it up. And if people want me here, then I'll leave. But that's what it's seeming like. People don't want me here.
I think we're trying to say to you that the experience is going to be different than the experience that you're currently having. I mean, this is what college.
College is missing 15 days. 15 plus days. College is being harassed and feeling uncomfortable in the classroom. That's what college is.
I think it's about the opportunity to dialogue, and when you disagree with the dialogue, following the proper procedures.
So she didn't follow the proper procedures. She kicked me out of class. She overreacted.
She felt that you were escalated, it sounds like.
What? Did we get statements from the rest of the class? Then, you know what? Her word's as good as mine. She overreacted. Yeah. And that's the thing, her word against mine. And so, that's the thing. So now I'm feeling like I literally am in the corner.
We're just trying to figure out and assess what's going on between you and her. So.
It's in here. That's the thing. As I said, I've got a very strong character. You know what? People can perceive that any way they want. You know, look at my criminal record. I don't have a violent past. You know, and people can look at my, you know, military experience and say I was an infantryman and that I shoot them in the face. You know what? Use that against me. Use it against me. Use it. It's not about me. I'm using my experience to protect everyone else because I'm able to make myself audible. I'm able to defend myself because, let's see, I don't have, my pen is mightier than your sword. I'm not stupid. I know how to defend myself. There's rights for a reason, my rights are being they're being taken from me. I'm not getting anything.
How are you doing in her class? How are your grades?
That's the whole thing. That's why I would actually like and I would strongly like to have an inspector go in there and actually see what's actually going on in a different level, because personally I believe that my work is being judged harder than it should be. I kind of that one, and then so let's see. Let's try to find mine.
Are the twos the plus points you get? Are these the
yeah,
points you get?
Yeah, I guess
okay.
Each question was worth 2.
Okay, I see. So your math class is quarter, you have 2 class, and what's the other class you have?
English 100.
And who's that with?
Miss Kellner.
And how's that going?
As I said, that's
the
with the video and stuff.
Oh.
And I'm not like, I was just mentioning it because I'm in here. I wasn't, doing anything as I say, I just document things as they happen because that's one thing I learned is that you got to protect yourself. You got to make sure that you have things in check and stuff because no one else is gonna watch your back. Oh, that was actually part of my best thing, I believe.
This one?
Yeah. That's from this treasure from last quarter. I had to include a couple of my corrections or a couple of my old ones in there.
Mm-hmm. So what would be the ideal scenario for you? I mean, what would work for you with what's happening? What's the ideal?
You know, a more thorough interview process on your, on Green River's behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Being that that's,
Interview process, what do you mean?
for the instructors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that's the thing, when I spoke to Miss Purdue, I spoke to her about my reading class with Mr. Garcia, and, she's like, yeah, I bet everyone got a good grade in that class. Yeah, because you know what, if we failed, the school would have to pay us all back money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So did he teach the whole quarter? And did you get a grade for the quarter?
My first assignment was 12, I did an autobiography that was 12 pages long. For my first assignment, it was only supposed to be 2. He said, "Go ahead and do. I like long ones." That's how motivated I was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then usually why just go down because you know what? It was pointless. For weeks we just did. Students just did their the presentations.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do anything in that class.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
So part of the frustration is you're sitting in these classes and you're not learning anything.
And they tell me I need them. So I'm wasting my time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like I really need these reading classes, or maybe the English class. I'm not too sure. Is the compass test actually right? And if so, okay, then I belong in these classes apparently. So then why am I not learning anything? Why, wait, there's some mess up between the compass test, the instructions the teachers get, and the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
They have it, and especially intermingling of students who were in my English or my Reading 94 class. They didn't have the thorough support of that class. They went into 104. They're in my class now. They're struggling. They're slowing down the progression.
Sure. Yes.
This is an epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just me, having a problem with someone.
Mm-hmm.
This is not. I'm not personally attacking Miss Ferguson, at all.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that, as I said, my personal issue, I addressed in the email, and we see how that got to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ambushed me on Friday with, this, because I confronted her with her credibility as a teacher, and she didn't like that. And you know what? If she was witty enough, she could have made me look like an ass, on my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You every time you're going to have a challenge, you're just going to tell people to get out.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my military personality doesn't work. That's dictating.
Mm-hmm.
I command, she dictates.
Mm-hmm.
There's both things don't work.
Yes.
When you're in the civilian world.
Yeah. So now what I'm worried about is you're upset with her, she's upset with you.
Well, that's the thing. I've been harassed and everything, and this is ongoing harassment. She's destroying my name here.
Mm-hmm.
Because here I am trying to take care of things, and at the same time, I see other students that are being affected by her.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, the one student I mentioned in my first email where I addressed the harassment, he was my Reading 94 class, and that's how I know he was unprepared and these things, because he was in my class prior. And so when he actually participated in class that day and he was silenced, I was pissed.
Sure.
Because, here he is, maybe he's trying to, do something.
Mm-hmm.
And now you just pop this balloon,
Mm-hmm.
and not having that.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage people and part of the reason why I do interrupt is because people they're misguided, they're talking about things that they don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I know it all, but the fact is, I do know, I have a better understanding of certain things than some of these students, and I'm trying to share my experience with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the classroom environment is supposed to be conducive to learning. We're all supposed to be able to learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers should be able to learn from the students and vice versa.
Right.
Miss Fraser, she was happy with the advice I gave her the feedback I gave her on the way she ran our class.
Mm-hmm.
She was receptive to learning from a student.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hence why I said she's a good teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And she listened to me. She addressed my concerns. She did what she could,
Mm-hmm.
to the best of her ability.
But you may not get that in every class.
And I'm not expecting that out of everyone.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm not.
Because there'll be teachers that say, this is my classroom, I have academic freedom in here to teach what I want to teach. Whether you agree or you disagree, I have the freedom to do that in this classroom. And so your method to be able to work with that is, if you disagree with them, to have a conversation with them in a way like we're talking.
Yes, ma'am.
And then if that still doesn't go well and there still is tension, then that same process I told you, division chair,
Mm-hmm.
dean, vice president of instruction, those are your mechanisms to voice your frustration about the classroom environment.
Oh,
We don't have necessarily the authority over that classroom environment. So that piece has that chain of command to help you make the change that you want to make. What's happened now
Yes, ma'am.
with this class is that I don't think you can be successful in there, and I don't think she can be successful in doing whatever it is she needs to do to make change. Because the two of you are really at both sides of the spectrum now.
I did everything I could to preserve the quality of that classroom.
I hear you, and I believe that you did. I do believe that you did. I
And
honestly
so-
believe that.
The thing, Matthew, is that you're not understanding is we have a process.
And she broke that process.
Hold on a second. The process for you to address the issue. You followed the process.
There was not an issue at that point in time. I'm in here because she found an issue. She took this out of the classroom. She took this out of the classroom. I did not take this out of the classroom. I kept it between us. And then she brought it out of the classroom, and I'm not having to defend myself,
Because she's afraid now.
And so am I. I've been afraid because of the harassment. She doesn't deal with me. I haven't felt like I've been getting fair treatment in that class since the beginning.
Yes.
Hold on. We understand that. We totally understand that. The point is that when she shut you down in class so that she could continue with her, so that she could continue with the way she wanted to teach her class.
She gave us the floor.
Wait a minute. But
Yeah.
then she shut you down so that she could steer it to the way she wanted the academic class to go, and you continue to interrupt her. That's when she got fearful, because we were supposed to start with a correction, because we can't go on about discussing something. No, obviously you don't, because we need to start with a correction. I understand
And she was avoiding it. She was not talking about the correction.
Which is her prerogative in the class.
Well, you know what? Then that's not productive to learning. That is not productive to learning.
Again, there's a process in place.
And she broke that process.
That Deb has explained to you to challenge that. It's not the way that you did it. Okay, because the way that you did it ends in the way that it ended.
I mean, the bottom line is, I'm not fighting this by myself anymore. Whatever needs to happen, needs to happen. Who am I? I'm just a student. So, you know what? I'll just be treated as such. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, I've got enough, foundation to stand on to protect myself. Because you know what? If no one's going to protect, the name of the community, then I'm going to protect my own name.
So what are you going to do?
Whatever I need to.
So what would that be?
Whatever I need to. The thing is, you see my cards. I'm addressing my concerns. I'm being very open and very vocal with you.
But what's the process for you? What did you hear us tell you the process is to help you
Navigate this.
What's the process?
What's the process for dealing with harassment from a teacher?
Exactly.
Right.
No, because I'm in here now, she's attacking me. She's attacked me on numerous of times. And that's the thing, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I don't trust this school whatsoever. I feel that they're corrupt because they just extort money from us. The state does not like this at all. And that's the thing. You know, I don't like this at all. I don't like the fact that my fellow Americans, my fellow, tourists are not being treated fairly. This is not right. This is students' rights here. As far as I'm concerned, there is no protocol because this went way across the line. And when things go across the line, there is no protocol. There is none. Because I'm being harassed here, and that needs action. It needs serious action.
So we told you what the action is.
And that's not fast enough. That's not responsive enough. That I shouldn't have to do anything at this point in time because I gave you all the information I have at my disposal for you to take care of things faster than I can.
We can't address an instructional issue.
But you can address a harassment environment, right? A harassment environment?
Human resources will address a harassment process, and there's a process for you to go through, which I can share with you as well. Right now, my concern is that classroom experience in making sure that it is a safe environment for you and for the students and for the faculty members. That's where I'm at right now.
I'm not a threat to myself or others by any means. I'm not throwing my life away for anyone, especially over a correction in a textbook.
Right. So we need to figure out what to do about that class. That class specifically. I don't think you going back into that classroom is the answer to the issue.
You know what? I don't think her going back to that classroom is the answer to the issue.
Then that process has to be followed for the decision to be made about her, separate from this issue. And I can help you navigate that, what you need to do for that. You've done great work getting this together. You have already started really great work getting this together.
I know, so why do I need the paper from the school at this point in time?
The paper.
A paper, Green River Community College Certificate of Graduation for Associates in Arts. Why do I need that at this point in time? Because you see what it does? This school has no credibility. This school owes the veterans, an explanation. It owes its students an explanation. That teacher owes me an explanation for yelling at me and stomping her foot. I didn't yell at her. And I can yell. I'm not even yelling now. That's the thing.
I think you're
I'm talking in a very strong voice because I'm very passionate right now because I'm being attacked.
I understand that.
I don't think anyone does understand anything at this point in time.
That, but you got to understand something. You're not in the military anymore.
Well, you know what? I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked.
By who?
By this harassing environment known as Green River Community College.
So what do you want as the ideal out of this? Do you want to withdraw from your classes? Is that what you want?
That's not going to solve anything. You know what? I think before you carry on with this, before we take any actions, I should speak to Veteran Services and speak to the Navigator program and have them help me follow through with this because I already spoke to someone in regards to the veteran education, and they told me that I should not be fighting this battle myself.
So in that meantime, for this particular class, you can't go back to that class.
I can't go back to that class. Then I need to be transferred to another class.
And that was part of my conversation with you about the stuff with Carol. Tell me about what you talked about with her. Was she able to get you in her class? Carol Purdue? Are you able to get into that class or into a different class?
So I am the problem. She needs to be removed from that class because you know what? I'm not accepting responsibility for this.
Again, there's a process for looking into that, okay?
Well, then I'm staying in my class because I didn't... No?
you can't go back to that particular class. She cannot teach that class with the two of you together in this environment.
Well, you know what? I can't.
It's not good for you either. Do you think that you'll be successful in there?
At this point in time, it doesn't matter. I'm more concerned with the rest of the students in that classroom.
And that can be addressed through the procedures.
I don't trust anyone taking care of this because you know what? This has been 2 quarters, not even 2 quarters, of problems. This school does not take action. You know, and that's the thing. That's why I need to make sure that something gets done here. You know, I need to protect myself. I'm trying to get my education. And I'm being told that I can't even make it in this class. I can't go back to my class. See, no wonder I'm yelling. Because I'm being attacked. And when I didn't do a damn thing wrong. So this is how you treat people.
I'm helping to try to make it so that you can have a good environment. You're not.
And I don't care about, you know what? I care about the rest of the students, that they're getting a teacher that actually has credibility, and they're not. That's why this situation needs to be taken care of ASAP.
That process has a process to be followed, and we will let them know that there are concerns about what's going on with that classroom.
I can't afford to miss any class. I can't afford to be out of class. I need my benefits.
I hear you. I understand that. And that's where we'll get you into a different class so that you can do the work that you need to do. We can still take this process and still do what we need to do about your concerns about her.
Absolutely.
We can still do that. But you moving to a different class will help you be successful.
I don't run away from my problems.
You're not running away from your
I'm being forced to. And I don't like that even anymore. I don't like being forced. You know, especially when I didn't do a damn thing wrong. This bully, this dictating tyrant is not getting away with this.
And we can address that in a different way while you're still doing your coursework to be successful. You have your other 2 classes you're doing well in. You like the teachers there, right?
I'm totally demoralized. I'm totally depressed. I don't see the point of college at this point in time because no one gives a damn. Here I am spending 2 quarters fighting for my education when I already spent my time fighting for my education. I don't need this shit anymore, damn it. I'm tired of fucking fighting. I'm just trying to get back to having a quality of life. And I can't fucking get it when I'm being attacked, when I'm having to defend myself. All the time. And I'm having to move my schedule around to accommodate other people. When I'm having to accommodate the ones who are in control of other people's lives. Saying that this person is in charge of saying you pass, you fail, when they can't even accept that they made a mistake. They're in that position. Is that the kind of person that you want patrolling the streets as a cop? That you want these students to take positions in social service where your life is at stake because they're supposed to be knowing the laws. And if they can't read, then it's coming back on us. It's global. This needs to happen ASAP. This is a serious problem. This is an epidemic of the environment at Green River Community College. This is not a personal problem. This is a community problem. A community problem.
And we have the process for addressing the community problem. And we have to follow that process.
It doesn't. Then why am I missing my class? She needs to be removed from this situation.
I can't do that, Matt.
What?
I don't have the authority to do that.
Well, you have the authority to remove me.
into another class.
To help you get the class
This
you
isn't
need.
helping me because you know what? It's
It
making
won't
me look
help.
like a problem.
It won't help you to stay
So how are
in
these
your class.
students being helped when they're having a teacher with no credentials that's leading them?
And that's what we need to take care of, separate from you in that class. If you're in a different class, you can focus on being successful in that classroom, and we will walk with you through this other strategy of, here is a faculty member we don't think
Here's a challenge that I've identified.
is working out, and if nothing else, someone needs to sit in and watch her teaching then. But I can't do that for you. What I can do for you is put you in a classroom where you can get the work done you need to get done and reduce your stress on that end. I feel like you don't think that I hear you or that I'm supporting you in your student success. That's my job. That's the part I care about, is you being successful in your class and working with you to help you walk this process of meeting with the division chair, meeting with the instructor and the deans and the VP.
I apologize for the position I'm taking. I mean, I have kind of blocked myself off from, you know, what you're saying to a point, because I do feel like I'm being attacked, and you know, I'm
Our
very
job
passionate and
is
stuff.
the student side of this. If I could say that that faculty member needs to be out of the classroom, remember, we also have union. We know what the union has authority over. I don't have authority over that piece. What I have authority and control over is helping you get in another classroom so you can take care of the classroom piece, keep your GI Bill benefits, and do all of that.
Thank you, man. I don't like I mean, I just feel like I'm being forced to back out of this, and I don't
know
like
it feels like you're being penalized for basically calling out a teacher who wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing, right?
And yes, ma'am. Thanks for listening to me. I do believe that, you know, you guys are gonna, you know, do something about this, and I'm sorry that I am being very, you know, thick-headed and honest. I mean, I have reasons for my position and stuff, and you know, I'm sorry that I may be attacking you or whatnot. You know, I just don't want to. I want to make sure this problem gets solved.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really it.
And so do we. So trust me. I mean, we deal with students so many times, and if we find somebody that is doing what you're saying is being done to students, it's definitely something that we want to bring in question to, because we are Green River. I mean, Deb's been here 6 years. I've been here 15 years. 7 years. This is a part of what we do, and to see what we just saw with the struggles that you're going through, none of our students should have to go through that. And that's what we're here for. We're here to make it easier for you.
And see, I'm here to make it easier for the rest of the students.
Matt, the transition from military to civilian life, it's hard. It's hard. I went back to school 11 years after I got out of high school myself. I see a lot of the struggles that you're going through, that I'm going through. But remember yesterday I talked to you about family, and see, I had my family here. I had all this support. I had people that I could bounce things off. Okay? And I understand you don't. Okay? So I had that to help me. Otherwise, I'd probably be in the same place that you are. Because I was strong military. Trust me, I see a lot of what I used to, you know, people not being respectful. You know, how dare you? In class, someone smarts off or talking out of turn. You get up, turn around, and say, hey, listen, have a little respect for the teacher. We're trying to learn something. I've done that before. Okay, so trust us. We're going to help you. We're going to help you be successful, because you are one of 10,000. But you care tremendously about what you want to do, so therefore we care tremendously about you. Okay?
And I take it really personally that you would feel that Green River is not as supportive of that, because I've worked really hard in the 7 years I've been here to grow a veterans program, and the work that we do here, from symbolic events to changes in policy to we're doing a huge higher education veterans conference here in May. I feel like day to day I sit with a lot of vets who come in with a lot of frustration about Green River and the bureaucracy. And I take it with me because I feel like I owe it back to you. So I get what you had to do to make sure that we could all be here. So I just wanted to say that out loud, that I know that you're frustrated. It sounds like you had some pretty sucky experiences since you've been here. But...
Well, you know what? That's just my experience. I mean, there's probably other ones that you hadn't even been heard, you know, and that's the thing, you know, that's why I'm being so strong in my approach with this, because so many people will go quiet.
Right.
And, you know, if I'm loud, maybe that will, you know, sometimes you have to make an example out of someone, you know, and to get everyone else to be like, oh, hey, you know, and it's unfortunate, but, you know, you need to wake people up at times.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really needs to happen at this point in time.
Yes. I know to you it seems like moving you is a penalty to you, but in my mind, moving you is an opportunity for you to get a better grade and work with a teacher that really wants to teach you, and then address this parallel to your classes with how to address...
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just going to write down my schedule order.
When can you take?
Yeah, because what's it, Monday through Friday, math 72, yeah, 0 to 9, and then English is
Is this class at Kent? Oh, you have to go all the way to Kent?
Yeah, on Mondays and Wednesdays for my English class, and
do you live in Kent?
Yes.
You live in Kent, okay.
10:30 to 12:50, and then my reading class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
What time is
So
that?
that's at 2. So that's like my hybrid class.
So could you?
But yeah, I
Do
mean,
you prefer to have a hybrid class, or?
honestly, I just got it because I took the board register. I can I'd much rather actually have in-class instruction. But yeah.
So you're not with Loretta every class either?
No.
Then?
No.
So it's online stuff?
Yeah, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday in class, face to face. Tuesday, Thursday, online.
This is reading what?
104?
This is reading 104.
So it's reading 64 you took last quarter, right?
72, 74, I'm so bad with the numbers.
Yeah. Oh, it's math.
That's 72.
How far into the quarter are you?
6 weeks.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Monday starts
I'm
week
sorry.
6. Monday starts week 6.
Monday starts week 6.
Today's Monday.
When you talk to Carol again,
I teach, so this is week 6
Oh,
for
yeah.
my midterm.
tell me about...
Oh, wait, it is week 6. Wait a second, it's Monday.
You're right.
I'm all...
Okay.
It was Friday for a second.
So were you trying to switch to her class anyway? What was your reason for trying to change?
The Giago. They were saying that I couldn't,
Oh, because of the hybrid versus the other. So what happened? How come you couldn't switch?
no, I didn't need to.
Oh, so you just stayed when it because...
Correct. Because, yeah.
But if I could get you into Carol's class on noons, Monday through Friday, would you prefer that?
What's your
No.
class include?
I can't do that. Monday, no, because I have,
Oh,
I'm in Kent.
Shoot.
Yeah, I'm in Kent. I know that
You know, when it
9 o'clock goes to a class.
Huh? That would work. Yeah, I'll give you...
I don't know
40 minutes to get done.
what teacher. No, it's
But Monday, Wednesday.
oh yeah, like yeah.
So it's Monday
It only
through
takes me
Friday?
20 minutes to get to Kent from here.
It's Monday through Friday though? Or for the other class?
I think
You know who the teacher is?
no
You guys want to wait here and I can go check?
yeah, it's fine.
You okay?
Yes.
You know, and here's the thing. You know, one thing that I learned with when dealing with, and I'll tell you a little story about it. So I had a teacher that's in my bachelor's, worthless piece of crap. I'm sorry, she didn't teach me nothing. And so the whole class was out of control, and I was talking to this girl that was sitting next to me one day, and it just blew up on me. Just blew, and I'm talking 5 years ago. Just blew up on me. And so I just sat there and I said, I'm totally sorry, I apologize to the class, I didn't mean to be so rude, won't happen again. Right? And then he said, see me after class. So after class, he just started really throwing me. I said, listen, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing anyway, so why are you taking this out on me? I think you need to get a life. And, I know I need this class for graduation, so I don't care. Well, he went on and on and on, and then he gave me a bare minimum grade. So I made a formal complaint. I expressed myself, but he's a tenured faculty. You can't mess with tenured faculty. Well, you can, but unless they want to.
Yeah, really hard.
And so now I get in my master's program, mandatory class teaching. Same attitude all over. So there's some battles you can win and some you can't. and the thing is that being assertive, having that military demeanor, and speaking to somebody with authority.
Yeah.
In some environments it's good, but for some people that have never, ever been taught to like that, it scares shit out. I mean, Loretta was in tears. She was fearful for her safety. She thought you were going to, because you got to remember something too. In the news media, we have all these stories about PTSD and
believe me, I know.
soldiers
Why do you
coming
think
back.
I'm taking this so personally? Because I'm being attacked, and I don't need this extra stigma going against me.
I understand that, but you got to understand how people are perceiving you.
I do understand that, and you know what? It's not my fault that's
I know it's not, but we have to own how people perceive us based on our actions.
And she challenged me, and that's the thing. I spoke to everyone in a very nice manner, but then when she tried.
But having conversations like the tone that we're having right now, right? That's one thing. But I mean, you got pretty boisterous with Deb, and so.
Well, it's my education. It's my life on the line.
Absolutely.
It's everyone else.
And I'm telling you, she is the one that's going to help.
I believe it.
Seriously, and that veteran piece of it, she takes it wholehearted. I mean, I'm a vet, and I work for her. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes, sir.
She's all over it.
I mean, that's all I could ask for.
I do have a question for you. Now, you already said you're not going to do any harm to anybody. No harm to yourself either, right?
Oh, of course not.
Okay.
Believe me.
I mean, you look like you're fit, you take care of yourself, and you do. Do you smoke? I thought I smelled it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm actually
quitting.
I use like one of the e-cigs.
Oh, those are, you can't have those here. Yes, it's in our new policy.
You can't even have these?
Not even yeah, because the vapor for that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what it is. Sorry, I didn't see that.
So, I guess one of the points that, no harm to yourself, no harm to others.
No.
And tone it down some. You get more with vinegar, with honey than you can with
When I spoke to the veteran services today on the phone, they said the same thing to me. And, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I am nice. And people, I'm very...
I know, you're intelligent.
I've
read some of your stuff, right? And you're not a dummy. By no means are you a dummy. And don't ever think that we're going to treat you like that.
Well, I appreciate that. I just, I really do, just try to, I don't know, man. I just...
It's frustrating, especially something new. I mean, you still have freaking 6 years to go. 4 years for your bachelor's, 2 years for your master's. Are you going to get a doctorate?
Honestly, my next, my plan for college is just try to get myself in the right place, get as much education as I can, and then once I get my degree, I'm gonna really start raising hell. Like seriously, start raising hell.
Be an attorney?
Oh no! I'm going to the top. I'm making my voice heard. Getting these politicians out of office. I mean, things need to stop. I'll be damned if the UN's going to come to my country. You know, it's bad enough that you know, Mexico is responsible for building the you know, Central America highway that's going through Texas. You know, from Mexico to Texas to Canada, and Mexico's in charge of the tolls. They can charge us whatever they want. You know, you know, that's the thing. You know, all I'm doing now is I'm practicing for the big leagues. You know, and that's the thing. If you're too afraid to stand up and do the right thing, you know, doing the right thing is hard. You know, that's why not everyone does it. You know, and so you just kind of get used to it. You know.
Well, you know, in your face type of communication here, you just can't. It doesn't get you anywhere because people will fall back on the personal safety thing, and we have to take the personal safety thing. You know, because it's based on their perception, and then we got to look into it and investigate it and have a finding then. But the initial response is separation.
And well, the thing is, I didn't even yell at her. I was smiling when I was speaking to her, and she's the one yelling at me and everything. She's the one that's getting overreacting. You know, I hold my ground. That's it. You know, and you know that's the thing. People, you know, they just.
Florida reference.
I don't like Florida at all.
You're not wired, are you? You got wires?
No.
Well, what's the bulbs there? Oh, you see that skin, that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh. Believe me, that's something you know, I've been working on for years too. I mean, when I stood up to the general and stuff, I was about 130 something pounds. You know, the command sergeant major that worked under the general was like, you know, when I saw you, I could tell you were fucked up. You know, you remind me of my son. You know, he's fucked up too. And you know, but yeah, I was in bad shape. You know, and so I just been. I mean, I'm still trying to gain weight. I'm still about like you know, 10, 15 pounds underweight.
Are you seeing anybody? Besides these guys, I mean.
Well, no.
No.
No. You know, I say that like because yeah, I was laughing. I've done it. All they want to do is just put you on pills. No, that's not for me.
Well, you know what? Talk to Liz. Talk to Liz because they have some counselors out in the community that do it other ways.
I don't need any counselor like that. That's part of the reason. I mean, I'm following through my purpose, and that's to stand up for other people and stuff. I mean, this actually makes me feel good doing this stuff, you know. And
I don't know, you seem pretty upset there a moment ago.
well, I mean, I am. I mean, it's passion, you know, and that's the thing. You live life, you know, by following your passions and stuff. And you know, I not really, you know, when I joined the Army and stuff, I didn't really know what I was doing with myself, and you know, I did something bigger than myself then, and you know, I got denied to you know, go over to Afghanistan. You know, to be honest with you, Iraq was basic training in real life. You know, the real work began in Afghanistan, and you know, I was denied, you know, the real work. You know, because people in the support didn't do their job right. You know, I mean, that's why I was, you know, harassed and all that good stuff. Let me see if I can actually find the first document. Yeah, this is the first. You don't want to keep it between us, but that's the first documentation of the event. That was in May 2010. You see that it's May 20 whatever, 28th, second down. That's a violation of HIPAA. And that
was this? Oh, this is
this is in the Army. This in my unit and stuff. And you know, that's like why I started. You know, I had this packet and everything. You know, because I had to start standing up for myself because I've had buddies commit suicide. You know, and the part of the reason why I did get into this over the edge mode is because one night. You know, I caught wind about, you know, my death range. This was in June 2001. They've just been there for a couple months. And there's already, you know, 21 dead and, you know, 50-something injured and stuff. And of those 21, I knew 7 of them. At the same time, you know, when I first got my first detail, when I got to Hawaii 5 months in, was a suicide detail. When I was down in Iraq, you know, my cook committed suicide while I was on guard and stuff. And then, you know, first month in Afghanistan, my buddy, you know, for the pay stuff. And so that was just in, you know, my unit. You know, and, you know, neighbor ones in 227 Wolfhound and stuff, the Sergeant Major committed suicide. You know, I mean, that's the thing, there's like these issues, and, you know, and I just got to the point where I was like, well, you know, here I am reaching out for help and no one's helping me. You know, I'm trying to, you know, to talk to people, and, you know, no wonder, you know, no one's, you know, being heard and, you know, this stuff. And so it just kind of sent me into a different mode. And, where, you know, people need someone to actually speak up for them, you know, and because it doesn't matter, like, really, you know, how strong of a person is, you know, some things they just, you know, can't overcome. And, you know, they're too afraid of this, that, and the other. And, you know, and just kind of thinking about that, you know, thinking of, like, the reasons why these guys might call it quits. You know, I didn't want anyone to have to, you know, get to that point again. You know, and so that's kind of why, you know, I take things seriously. You know, and same thing with the school. You know, here I am being demoralized and depressed, you know, screw the grades, and, you know, it's just like, once you start getting that negative thought in your system, it just ruins who you are. You know, you know, that's what people don't really get, you know, and that's why, you know, I am alone in a lot of ways, because I've removed the toxicity from my life. You know, it was painful. But that's what I had to do, because what I'm trying to do is, you know, is better than that. You know, like I said, you know, it's just about giving back. You know,
well, it's always good to have someone to bounce it off of too. You know.
That's why I got pen and paper. You know, the only thing that's been there, and I've got history. You know, I've got you know, the great leaders of this country. You know. That's, I mean, it's been motivated, you know, just kind of like, that's the thing, you know, no matter how rough he thinks he's got it, you know, I mean, Einstein, he thought about offing himself before, you know, and he was just looking for his father's approval, and he never got it, you know, and think if he actually did, where we would be, you know, and that's the thing, you know, and then you start thinking about wars and stuff, and how many Mozarts or Shakespeare, you know, it just becomes a waste.
Okay, so I checked, and there were two options for 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And one of them was with Carol Purdue, and I talked to Carol, and she said she knows you, and that you guys have connected before, and that she would be happy to have you consider her class, if you'd like to do that.
I would definitely, I mean, I only want to hear the other option. I'll jump on Miss Purdue.
So what she would like you to know up front, so class is at 9. It's in SH 157. So that's Salish right here, right?
What room?
157.
Okay.
Tomorrow she has class, but she's going to a conference for the rest of the week, and it's the same conference I was supposed to be at. And so she's going to give an assignment for the students to work on. And she just wanted you to know that up front, because she
no
knows.
problem. Yeah, I'm ready to jump
and
into it.
It sounds like she said that she's heard there were some other issues with Garcia in the past, so she knows what you've probably been through, sounds like.
Yeah, her and I, when I was trying to discuss with her, you know, transferring classes before, yeah, we had a small little talk, and yeah, it would just be funny to see her again.
Yeah,
so.
and she seems very interested in having you in class, and she feels like that you would probably feel good about coming to her class. However,
yes,
the topic for tomorrow is on social equality in the United States. So she just wants you to kind of know up front that you may or may not agree with everything she said, and she's open to you sharing
I'm not difficult.
I'm
really
not.
I'm
teasing you.
So are you saying I gotta be at that class?
No, I don't. I hope not. But the issue is that, you know, she's been with her class now for 6 weeks. So your strong personality coming into her class that's established. So give a little time, feel it out.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And make your moves when you think appropriate.
Well, I always do. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I always speak when no one else, I mean, because I do. I mean,
You're frustrated, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, Well, no, I mean, just even in like all the classes, I mean, say, I know I just kind of, I participate, you know, and I sit up front and everything. I mean, this is total opposite from where I was in high school. You know, I figure if I'm paying for a seat, I'm going to sit up front.
Yeah.
I'm going to be, you know, engaged in this stuff, blah, blah, blah.
And I love that. I mean, that's what we want you to have, and
I wish I was in my class.
she's one of the best
Yeah.
teachers. She is. And so if you want to talk about learning,
Yeah.
I think you'll have a really great experience with her. She also said she won't have time over the conference to look at all of your things you've gotten back already, but if you want to put everything together in a packet, she would consider how she would grade you on all of the work that Loretta already graded you on.
Okay.
So if you, I assume you're pretty organized here, that you have it all together. And if you want to make copies, you need to make copies of everything, or do you have a way to do that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm kind of like disorganized, like, just from the weekend and stuff. I'm
Okay.
organized but disorganized, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'll
If you
assemble,
get that together, and you'll have the week, because she
Yeah.
really won't look at it till next week anyway. If you want, she'll take a look at all of your paperwork, and then see how she would have graded you, and use that as your, where you're at in the quarter, and then you can finish the rest of the quarter with her, hopefully.
Okay.
So the thing you'll need to do is if you go tomorrow and you decide, and she decides you're going to stay, then we need to make sure that she sends an email to the registrar to switch your class so that you show up on her roster.
Okay.
And then when she puts the grades in, your grade will go on her, and then we'll withdraw you from Loretta's. But I won't do anything with Loretta's class withdrawing you from that and putting you into hers until the two of you have agreed this is a good fit.
Okay, yeah, I don't think that should be a problem. You know, yeah, I look forward to
Yeah, because I said to her, definitely we need to make sure you don't lose your GI Bill benefits. So, okay.
Yeah, I appreciate this. You know, trying to deal with the situation as best we can, and you know.
And I would really encourage you to, I know it's frustrating in the class, and I know you want to take a stand. It's going to be a different experience, because those classrooms, they have authority in there, and I don't like the way they have authority in every instance either. But we're a great resource for you. My job is to be here to help support the students. So you're just going to have to try to build a trust with us and not feel like we're trying to attack you. That's not our job. Our job is to try to figure out how to solve the problem with you. And I'd be happy to sit and help you. Who are the next people you need to bring this stuff to in regards to the way you felt it went with Loretta. But I think you should settle out in Carol's class for the week, and then maybe we should get together next week or something like that after you're in this class and you have a little more time to clear yourself from the stress of what's happened.
That sounds good. Yeah, I mean,
Let's talk about next time. You have to identify some stopping points and being able to...
I'm not going to stop correcting. I didn't do anything wrong. In order for me to do anything differently next time.
But now you see how little it takes.
And
right, but in right now's environment, what I'm saying is maybe next time you could just put it on hold, come and speak to one of us.
No, people need the right answers.
And then, but then address it outside the classroom.
Well, the thing is, I'm an adult, and I was speaking to adults in front of adults, an adult, and if I cannot have a conversation with an adult without, you know, the adult having an overreaction, that's not productive to the learning environment. That's the thing. I didn't do anything wrong. I told the wrong answer, and I corrected my answer, and I asked my teacher why she did not correct my answer.
Right.
I didn't do anything wrong for me to think that I did anything wrong, and I will not think that I did anything wrong and think about what I did well or do, you know, differently. I mean, there is nothing I will do differently. I will always do the right thing. I always correct people, and you know, that's the thing. Just because she is in a position of power doesn't mean that she can just, you know, I don't like what you're saying, get out. You know what? That's what Hitler did. I'll be damned if I'm in a class with Hitler. You know, this isn't. I mean, you can consider me impossible all you want. Good. You know what? Because I'm not budging from this. She needed to be corrected because you know what? She didn't correct me. She was not doing her job.
Mhm.
I mean, there's nothing I can do.
Where I was going with that, I'm not telling you to bow down or anything like that, or step aside from your own morals and values. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking that because it ended in me being called, once you see the other person responding to you the way that Loretta did, maybe stopping at the, hold on.
That's because if I follow through with what she's saying, then that's admission of guilt,
Well,
and I'm not admitting to any guilt.
I'm not saying following through with admission.
I still want.
I'm not, right, I understand that. I understand what you want and what you mean.
No, I
But I'm
still
just
need
saying-
a statement saying that why she canceled class. I need that statement of why she canceled class on Friday. And if she did not cancel class, and that I was told that they canceled class so they could participate in class in another classroom, I still need that statement. But that's the thing, because I need to have a valid reason why I missed class.
But I think that is what can be addressed on the instruction side.
I mean, no, this, I need a receipt for class for Friday. Because I paid for class for Friday, and it got canceled, and I don't know why. And I need to be able to document this, and so I need actual.
Well, I can certainly let you know what that is. I can certainly let you know. I would find it very hard to believe they held class and you weren't there. I would be very upset.
Tried. No, they
if
tried.
did that.
They tried. That's the whole thing. Like, they tried to, you can't come to the classroom. Yeah, I can. Because I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not getting kicked out. I'm here till 2:50.
Yeah.
I paid for it.
Yeah.
Matt, we're not against you. We're not against you, Matt. Seriously, we're not against you.
I mean, that's the thing. Then don't ask what I'll do differently next time. Because I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, that's the thing. You're making me question my stance on things. I didn't
Not
do
at all.
Well,
Not at all.
I
That's.
think what he's getting at is the process to file a complaint.
She broke the process. That's the thing. She broke the process. I didn't have time to follow through with the process. And that's what I'm saying. This needs to be taken care of.
No, the process is this. You disagreed with her, and you told her you disagreed with her, and she didn't want to engage you with it. You don't need to get elevated because now you have that pen. The pen speaks louder, right? You take that, you write that up, you get that to the division chair, that this is what just happened. She did not correct us in our classroom, and people believed what she said.
But that's the thing. I did that, and now this whole situation is just it's destroying who I am.
No.
Not at all.
You shouldn't let it.
Because look, Carol says, "Oh, I know Matt. I want Matt in my
And
class."
I think Matt will be great in my class. So.
I mean,
it's not destroying who you are. It's making who you are stronger.
I mean, the biggest thing is I don't need. I mean, getting off topic here. I don't need to be questioned on the way I did things because I did things right. It's not my fault that someone got their panties in a bunch and could not handle themselves. I can't handle with overreaction. I can handle with it, but then I would not be professional. The thing is, when she was acting like an overreactive teacher, I did not get up and start yelling at her back. I just let her carry on. I mean, I'm just don't understand. I mean, I'm having to move things around. I'm having to do more work than necessary. I'm having to do work that's not even related to school. But I mean, this is like school work. I just made a report, and it's not even like it's.
Well, the first step is moving into Carol's thing, and then working with Deb on submitting this complaint through the process.
Yeah, I mean, I just need to, just get my. I don't even know where I'm at. Because I didn't do anything wrong, and I just keep on feeling that's what's happening. I'm being removed. People are saying that she feels threatened by me. She doesn't want me in the classroom because my approach, the way I came at her. Okay, you know what? The way she's come at me, she doesn't belong to be around other students, and she's fucking harassing them. That's the thing. She's harassing them.
And that's what we have.
So, because I'm harassing a teacher, I get removed because she can harass students, she doesn't get removed? That's the thing. This is an epidemic.
No, you
She,
haven't,
until this situation gets resolved, she should be on, there should be a substitute in that class.
we don't have control over it. We gotta
We
follow
have to
the
follow
process. The process is this information needs to be taken to the next people.
Well
Just
then,
like in the
okay,
military.
and so then this process needs to be changed due to mitigating circumstances of harassment.
It's the same process regardless. We
It can't be this, I mean, it cannot be the same process, because students' lives, if a teacher is telling wrong information,
Mhm.
okay, you can't get anything done about this, I will. I mean, that's what's come down to. I'm gonna, as soon as I can. I mean, because this needs to happen. I'm not letting any other students be affected by this teacher's lack of performance. It's not right. Parents are paying for this. I would love to speak to some parents, especially Mr. Garcia's parents, students' parents.
Mhm.
I guarantee you they don't know what they paid for.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you they want to be happy.
Mhm.
And you know what? They're not professionals like I am.
I understand.
It's not threats
Mhm.
at all. It's about, I'm maintaining the quality of the environment here. I'm ensuring the students get what they pay for.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that they are not threatened, they are not in a hostile environment, that they're in a welcome environment in which they can receive adequate education so they can go on to have a better future.
Mhm.
Because that's what education is. You take lessons from the past, apply them to the present, so you can secure a better future.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
And that's why this needs to be taken care of ASAP, because this is jeopardizing the quality of the product Green River Community College is putting out there. So you're going to let this go on for another couple of weeks, maybe another quarter, and so you're going to let this contamination spread and let these students, they're not being guided. The appropriate direction, go to these other classrooms and contaminate them further. This needs to stop now. This is harassment. This is destroying the environment of Green River Community College. This is not my problem. This is our problem. And it needs to be dealt with ASAP.
It's gonna be addressed now. There's a process.
And you know what? There is a process. And you can follow the process, or you can show that you care, follow through with the belief, connect with everyone, and break the process like I do. Because this is a problem. And if you don't have to put your name out there, I'll put my name out there. I'll skip the chain. I have nothing to lose. I have everything to gain, because you know what? This is my community. I'm trying to protect everyone's name here. I'm not going to let anyone destroy our name. And that's the thing. I'm not, these students, someone needs to protect them, because no one else will. And if you're saying that we have to wait, yeah, let's just let the cancer spread. Let's just let that infection spread to the arm so it can get into your liver. And then all of a sudden you're dead because you got gangrene. Let's just let it.
At this point, we've addressed for you what we need to do on our side
I don't.
and what we need to do.
Let's take it off of me. Let's put it on the school, because that's the problem. And
You gotta listen to her. Okay? You gotta listen to her. She's speaking.
So right now, the process is we need to go to the division chair and the dean and the vice president of instruction to talk about what happened
we
with
can't
the
do
class.
this.
It's something that you'll need to schedule meetings to meet with them to do that. So we'll need to talk about when we need to do that.
I will talk to other people to make sure it gets done. I mean, that's the thing. At this point in time, I'm not relying on the process. Thank you, sir. I'm not relying on the process of Green River Community College to get anything done, because the students' lives are in jeopardy here. And so I'll be looking for alternative measures, as long with following through the Green River's policies, to make sure that I can attack this problem on both ends to ensure the quality of the education the students receive here.
Excellent.
So the other thing is change of the class. so.
Yes, 9 o'clock, 157 at
That building right
FH.
there.
Yes.
Is this the same book that was,
I hope so.
Carol uses?
So do I.
Thank you.
I'm not a bad guy. I'm not going to shoot up a school. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm not a violent threat to myself or anyone else. I'm not going to do any vandalism or anything of that nature. I thoroughly believe in this, my school and stuff. I'm trying to, no matter what happens, and that's the thing, I'm encountering, these problems, and I can either just let them pass by and just, be like one of these other sheeple that doesn't do anything with themselves, or I can be like, hey, this is a problem, how do we go about it? And then that's the thing, when people are, at the other end of the problem, then they want to start making that person that's bringing them, to, shine the light on them to be the problem. I'm an easy target, very easy target. I make myself an easy target. But the thing is, people understand how strong I am, that I know how to stand up for myself, and I know how to stand up for everyone else, which is more important, and I just really hope that next quarter I don't have to deal with this. I hope that, really, this, it's 2013, there's so many problems. Things can start differently here. If actually people, paid attention or, cared or,
I will ask you, Matt, I don't want you to talk to Loretta, I don't want you to send her emails, I don't want you to see her.
I haven't.
I just want to make sure that you don't. Let's keep it clear.
Oh, yeah.
And follow this to what happened with you in the classroom and how she responded to you.
I would definitely will not go out of my way to see her or the class or even discuss this matter.
Yeah. And again, I think you have no issues going into Carol. She's excited for you to come. She said she's had some great conversations with you already. So.
I just, like I just keep on saying, I'm just worried that, I don't know what she said, and I don't want anything. Seriously, I'm not having anything come back on me. Because I really, this is ridiculous, and she is going to slander my name, because that's what people do when their names are online. I've done the right thing, and that's why I've gave you my written statement of everything that's going on.
I think we cleared the situation in regards to your name. I think we're good. Okay.
Yeah. I really appreciate everything, and I'm sorry. Really, sorry for going off, and this is a serious topic, though.
It's frustrating. I know.
Don't hesitate to come back and talk to us.
Well, we'll definitely, following through with the procedure for Miss Ferguson. Definitely, probably contact with you guys. But but seriously, there's something that needs to happen, because we can't have teachers that are putting out bad information.
Yes.
We're here to learn the right thing, not the wrong thing.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
Yes.
I really appreciate it. So just I can just go there tomorrow. No question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Matt.
And you can go to her office hours, which are at 10. She has other conference meetings at that time, but she said she'd try to fit you in.
Okay,
so
great.
if for some reason you don't, but it would be really important if you could.
Yeah, oh no, that's really good.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Okay, yeah.
All right, thank you.
There it goes.